everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are back with another Sims 4 video today. I thought it would be really helpful if I did a tutorial video. When I was first learning how to build, this is actually what taught me how to build. Like, I had no idea how to build, promise me. I was literally the worst builder ever. I had no idea how to build. So, I watched a bunch of tutorial videos, and actually what taught me how to build was not those videos where they tell you what bb.moveObjectsOn was and bb.ignore gameplay unlocks entitlement. You know, those crazy cheats that you use in a lot of different houses. No, they were actually the ones where you build along with the simmer. Those videos. Do you know what I'm talking about? There aren't that many of them out there, but I saw one by Little Simsy, and it really helped me. That was actually my first houses that I built that I was actually proud of, and that actually made me want to build more houses. So I thought I would build a house today with you guys and show you my thought process and how I like to build and what I do when I'm building, and hopefully that'll help you when you are building and help you learn how to build, because that was how I learned how to build. And now I think I'm a pretty decent builder. I build every week. Well, most weeks. I didn't last week. Sorry, I broke my toe. Yeah, I broke my toe. And I was at the doctor's and I couldn't film a video. I'm sorry. Sorry, that's why. I promise this isn't an excuse. I couldn't film a video. Okay, let's game. Okay, here we are in the game. This is actually the house that I built. So I've already built it. And I think we're gonna copy this house. We're actually in the lot next to it. And I think that we should build this exact house because I wanted to make sure that we already have a house, so I'm not confused on what we're building when we're building it, because sometimes I get confused. Believe me, we all do. And I wanted to make sure that we already know what we're doing, and you guys can see what we're doing beforehand. Hopefully you like it. I think this house is super cute. It's a nice blue Suburban because I can't build anything other than a blue Suburban. It's kind of bad. I can't do anything other than a blue Suburban. You know, it's kind of bad. Today, we're just going to do the outside. We're going to do this part in the landscaping. And then later, we might do the inside. You know, if you like this video, we'll do the inside in the floor plan. And I can maybe show you some roofing tips. We can make this like a little series if you like that. So the first thing I do in every single build is take off the grid. This isn't actually part of the building, it's just something that I do because it bugs me. So how you do that is G on the keyboard, because you just toggle G on and off to turn it on and off. The grid can be helpful, and you'll see throughout the build that I may turn it on and off, because I'm following a picture of this one over here just so I can get the same dimensions, so that's why. And you'll see I'm taking it on and off with G. That's how I'm doing it. Second thing I always do is turn bb.moveObjectsOn. How I do that is Control-Shift-C on your keyboard, and that's going to pull up the cheat menu. And then you're going to put bb.moveObjectsOn. And then you're going to press Control-Shift-C again and close it. And then that allows you to put objects as close as you want together. Like if I want to put two trash cans like right together like that, I can. Now I don't know why you would want two trash cans like that together, but you can if you want. And that's going to be really good for landscaping and stuff like that. That's going to be more what we're using it for in this case. Now that we've done those two things, we can actually start building. We're going to press B, and that gets us to the room tools. We're going to go with like this little box thing, which can draw a room. So the first thing I always do is draw a box, and then we're going to make it fancy. Okay, so we're just going to draw a box. So if you're trying to follow on exactly, it's going to be a 6 by 10 grid like square box on the grid. So after you have drawn this box, we're going to try to make it fancy. So how you do that is by drawing bump out pieces from it. So I might draw one over here, make that maybe 2 wide, and like 1 wide from the side here. And then maybe draw a little chimney over here. And maybe draw one back here. That might look nice. Maybe even drag this out one more like that. And now you have a simple house. I know it looks really weird, but it looks pretty cool. Now, as you might notice, this front area is very flat. The best way that I would fix this would either be more bump outs, and this is up to you. So it'd be like maybe a bump out there like that, or you could even do, smaller bump outs, flatter bump outs, whatever you feel like doing. Like that, maybe something like that. But it's entirely up to you. Or how I did it was a big long porch like that, and I pulled it in one like that. And then we're gonna add a ceiling up there just like that. There you go. So now you have that is the entire house right there. Actually, there's nothing else that you're gonna need to add to this house except for the dormers once we have the roof on. This house is pretty basic, so they can get a little bit more crazy than this, but this is all it is for right now. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to roofing. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated. If you want another tutorial on more confusing roofing or how to do roofing a little bit better and more in depth, I can do one of those if you'd like, and just tell me in the comments down below. But for right now, I'm just gonna tell you how to roof this specific house, okay? So, I'm gonna take one of these gabled roofs and do this big area right here. This is our original box. We're gonna start with this original box, okay, that I roofed. Then we can take this and pull it up a couple times. I'm not exactly sure. I think I pulled it up a little bit more than that. There we go, just like that. Then we're just gonna copy this here, if you see this copying here, and we're gonna pull it over here, just like that. That looks really good, doesn't it? So, a big mistake on roofing that people make is they put these on 2 different levels. Like if you do this like that, that looks really weird, doesn't it? You're gonna wanna make sure that these are at the same exact angle, okay? That makes every single house look way better. And I do that by copying this angle onto here. And then we're gonna copy this once again, and we're just gonna move it back to here and slide it in just like that. Okay, now it's time to draw in the dormers. So we're just gonna draw them just up here like that. 3, just like that. You might have to fiddle with them a little bit if you want to, but I just drew them just like that. They might take a little bit of fiddling to make them look good. And then we're just gonna copy this again. And you might have to press G to make sure that it pops up to this level up here. And you can just place it just like that, slide it in. And as you can see, that is slightly too tall for that level. So these can go a little down, just like that. So you see we have a little bit of an issue here. These are a little bit too long. So you just press this little arrow thing here while pressing shift, and that's gonna get rid of this overhang on this side, but not the other side. So now we need to worry about this part right here. For that, we're gonna go back to the roof pieces here, and we're gonna use a half gabled roof. We're just gonna slide this all the way across there. We're gonna drag that down. Then we're gonna use our little tucking in tool that we used before with shift. And we're just gonna slide in that one side there. And that looks really nice, doesn't it? You can also press G, because there's a little grid up there again. Doesn't that look really good? And now you have basically your entire house. You can also finish off the chimney over here if you'd like. For this top part, we're just going to go down here to these half walls, and we're going to pick one of these higher walls up here. We're just going to draw on one of these. There we go. Doesn't it look really nice? You have made an entire house. There you go. I mean, it needs a little bit of painting and a couple, things in general. You can add a little foundation if you'd like. There you go. Okay, now for doors and windows. This is really entirely up to you. The only thing I'm going to tell you is just the 9 and 0 rule. This is how you just raise and lower windows. 9 raises windows, 0 lowers windows. Well, it raises and lowers anything. But for me, I always raise windows like 3 times about. This is just my favorite height for doors because it's about the same height as every door. I don't know why this is, but every door is about 3 higher than. So here you go. If you put the window about in the middle here and raise it 3 higher, you can see it's like at the perfect height with the door there. See, it's just perfect. I don't know why that is, but it just is the perfect height. It just always is. So you can just follow that. If you just raise it 3 higher with 9, it's just always perfect. I'm going to use these suburban outlook windows for the bottom here. And I'm just going to place them around here, just like that, all the way around here. Maybe one up here. And it's kind of up to you where you put them. You just want to make sure that you don't put too many, just so it doesn't look crazy. I think I'm going to put the fence right in the middle here, so I probably won't put a window here, but that might change. I'm not sure. And then I'm going to put a couple smaller windows. These absolutely secure safety windows up here, and then I'm gonna do them up 3 once again. You see, and then you've got all your windows. Also, I forgot I have a little porch back here, so you can add that, and we're just gonna slide it over like that. And then we also put a door back here. You can really put any door, but I put this arched door back there. Now I think we're gonna add some columns. So I usually add these columns to my suburban houses. I was going to make this entirely base game, but I always add these to my suburban houses. So basically these are cats and dogs ones, but you can really add any columns that you would like. If you just have base game, go ahead. But these columns I always add. So I like to add them on the corners, and then I like to add them right around where the door is. So you want to make sure that they aren't covering the door. So they should be right around where the door is. And then we're just going to use a white staircase. Then whatever fence you like. And if you don't like how it's placed all the way across like that, you can just draw it in, like I drew it in like that. Okay, and that is your entire house, basically, other than painting. It's honestly incredible. You are almost done. Look at that. Hopefully I'm going at a slow enough pace for you. Then next, I think we can get on to painting. You can honestly do whatever roof you'd like. I use this fairly weathered farm shingles, so you can just place that one there. I thought it just looked the best, but I mean, it's up to you. Whatever suits you. And then you're gonna wanna use a roof trim. I used a black one. You can use whatever you want again. This is kind of more personal opinion. There you go, looking really nice. You want to make sure you click all around to get the small little pieces of the roof. Now you can paint the walls. I just used this base game wallpaper, and I wanted to make mine blue. Once again, you can just paint it whatever color you'd like, but if you like to copy me, then go ahead. I don't really care. Also, a little extra thing I like to do, I like to use a column in the corners here, just to kind of frame it out, but that's really up to you. If you don't have enough money to do that, like if you're on a budget, then you don't have to do that. Look at our house, looks so good, doesn't it? Now we can just paint the chimney. I always like to paint it with a brick. I've been really into brick recently. I don't know why, but I've just really been into brick. So you just paint it really with whatever color you'd like. I think that looks super cute. Then you might also see on that house, I put a real chimney up in there. So you do that by deleting the ceiling in this little area in here. Do that by deleting that with this little sledgehammer tool. And then I always like to make sure that that is painted down there. And then you go up here into the roof sculptures and you pick whichever chimney you want up there and you turn this and raise it using 9. And then we're gonna make sure to paint this wall trim up here. And if you can see, I am clicking these little things with this tool, the eyedropper tool up here. It's looking really good. I really like it. Okay, I think that is basically the whole house. So next thing is just gonna be a fence around it. You can really put the fence wherever you want. I think I'm just gonna do it over here. If you don't want the foundation on a fence, you push it in towards the foundation. If you do want the foundation on a fence, you pull it away from a fence. That's just how you cheat it a little bit. And then you can just paint the foundation down here. Then I always like to just use this one. I don't know why, it's just my favorite tile. I've just always liked that tile. We can just copy it back here, just like that. Okay, everyone, I think that is the house. It's looking a little plain right now. It looks like it needs some landscaping. So, come back next time for some landscaping. I know I said I was going to do some landscaping in this video, but I think that this video is a little long, so I want to make sure that this video isn't like 3 hours long, because no one would watch that, and, you know, that just isn't fun for anyone, a 3-hour long video, you know? But if I cut it into multiple parts, you know, that's just way more fun for everyone. So hopefully you guys really enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. Hopefully it's really helpful and informative to you guys. This is how I learned to build. So thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure like and subscribe to my channel and come back next time for another speed build. Bye everybody.